You see the bald eagle? They let him loose during home games. Flies around, I don't know his name. Nova Care Center, that's where they practice. That is David Akers, former Eagles kicker. Brian Dawkins, the Pro Football Hall of Fame. If you were looking from Google Earth and looking down onto our site, you will see Lincoln Financial Field immediately west of the site across Darien Street. To the immediate northwest of the site is Citizens Bank Park. Google Earth hasn't updated yet, so you will see a large white rectangular structure. The northern third of that building is now gone. The site formerly was utilized as a food warehouse from construction in the 50s and 60s all the way up until the end of 1990s. It has remained vacant and unused since, and the city has been looking for a means to reuse that property and bring it back onto the tax rolls to benefit the community in general. One of those opportunities that became available was to utilize it as a stormwater detention basin. And what I mean by that is a basin that would collect stormwater after a large rain event, hold on to it for a given period of time, and then slowly release it to what's called the combined sewer system. We will collect via the existing piping network that is already draining the parking lots surrounding our site. We will connect that piping network to our detention basin and effectively manage that stormwater, detain it before we send it off to be treated at the treatment plant.
Darien, which is in the middle of one of the most densely populated spots in all Pennsylvania. Why that's a great project site is because it is so impaired by the surrounding landscape of parking lots, buildings, other areas of impervious cover that stormwater can't drain through and recharge naturally the way it's supposed to.
In the city of Philadelphia, a large portion of the sanitary sewer and storm sewers are connected to each other. Therefore, all of the water that comes down out of the sky and is utilized by the inhabitants is mixed, treated before it's discharged to the surrounding waterways. When we have storms that overwhelm the system, the treatment plants have no choice but to discharge untreated water into the surrounding waterways. Obviously, that becomes a large water quality issue and something that needs to be addressed.
In Philadelphia, the Green Acre program is a very innovative program that helps developers put in place stormwater solutions.
The project, it's a Green Acre retrofit, which is this fairly progressive and mature private and public relationship that takes the form of a surprisingly flexible grant. It's a really nice program that relies on private resources and private innovation to help solve a public infrastructure problem for the city's water department.
Once we are finished with our landscaping, the general public will basically have no idea that they are parking on top of a stormwater detention basin that has a capacity of well over 350,000 cubic feet.
So the project did have a lot of stakeholders because of the location of the site. The Philadelphia Industrial Development Corporation, PIDC, was essentially the landowner.
PWD with their engineers, the folks that kind of manage their stormwater billing program, the grant programs.
The Greater Philadelphia Chamber of Commerce was key in connecting us with other businesses throughout the city.
Different teams, the Philadelphia sports teams,
Thousands and thousands and thousands of people descending upon that area to tailgate for sporting events.
The corporation who occupies a majority of the warehouse to the south of the site.
Then all the engineers, geotechnical experts that we brought onto our team.
There were plenty of folks involved who, once they saw that it was a good benefit for all, everyone came on board, and we got started with the demolition of the site structure.
In many of our historic cities throughout the United States, we struggle with stormwater infrastructure. What's so great about the Green Acre program is the city of Philadelphia spent considerable time developing policy that works for the developers in the city, alongside of a grant program. What RES did is we took that concept and made it a reality with this project. By collaborating with PWD and PIDC, we were able to work with local contractors that were very talented at helping us deconstruct the site, put in place a design, and construct a stormwater solution. We believe this will serve as a great model for other historic cities throughout the United States.
Once we're done here, I'm going to be able to bring my kids down here, park them in this lot, and say I built this. Yeah. And it will be here for longer than I will, and probably outlast my kids too. And it's just something neat to say that you can leave your mark on the city like that in a positive way.